Hey viewers, welcome to another game of CasualProGamer. Today we are doing another StarCraft 2 game of the match between MillTVSTAFF as the Terran in the bottom left and IMProtoss as the Protoss player in the bottom right. This is a best of 5 and we already saw game 1 yesterday. Well, for me that's today, about 2 minutes ago. And we are just going to continue on with this, so I'm not going to spoil the results on that, because to me it really doesn't matter, well, who's going to win or whatever. Yeah, we're just going to see the next game. I mean, each game is one game, and if you want to see the entire tournament, then you can just watch them one in a row. You just have to keep score on your own, because I'm not going to tell you. Anyway, we are seeing some SCVs, some probes, supply depot going down, and no pylon yet, which means that, oh, there is a pylon already up. Good. I'm paying so much attention here. So apparently the pylon was already up, and we're not going to get a very fast expansion, although it looks like he is going for that fast expansion, because, well, he's saving up some minerals, plus he put that pylon all the way over here. Of course, with this small ramp, he can easily wall that off with force fields. And that is, of course, an awesome strategy. So we see the full wall off over here. Apparently afraid that the scout will come in and see his strategy. Oh, the scout is already in. Then why is he walling off? Oh, he wants to snipe that... I guess he wants to snipe that probe. I don't know. It's strange, but anyway, we see the Nexus coming up now as predicted, and we will see the gateway coming up next. And oh, it's a forge first. Wow, really going for versus Zerg strategy here. And oh, he almost let the probe out. That's a shame for the probe. He's going to get stuck there for a little bit. And obviously he's going to just scout around, see what's happening in this base, and then get killed by the Marine that is coming out. There you go. Marine getting 1 kill. Although that really doesn't matter. So photon cannon coming up. And yeah, he's going for versus... oh man, he got through, come on, snipe him! Yeah, he's going for a versus Zerg strategy, even though he's playing against a Terran. And that means that, yeah, the Terran actually has the chance to go in there, be aggressive, because Terrans can actually sneak past that photon cannon a little bit easier with their dropships or, well, medevacs. And yeah, we'll have to see if he actually goes for that. Of course, he is going to counter by either building a whole lot of offense and just, well, bum rushing this dude. Or, second, he can build his own expansion and go for the economic equivalent build. And that means that the Protoss player is going to be ahead, and we can see that over here. Yeah, he is just ahead, but he's not as far ahead as he would be if there was no expansion coming up. So yeah, the 2 extra barracks really not that aggressive. I mean, we saw him go for 5 barracks earlier in the previous game. And yes, I can tell you that, because that still doesn't tell you who won. But it does tell you a little bit about the strategy of the last game. Anyway, you should watch these in order anyway. So I don't really care. So a large number of Marines already out, 8 Marines. And yeah, if we look in the unit tab, there is only 1 sentry out for our Protoss player. That's all. Against 1 Marauder, 10 Marines. And yeah, of course there is this photon cannon. And the photon cannon is of course going to do some work. But it is definitely not enough to hold off this entire push if it would come in. The force fields cost 50, so he can only produce 1 for now. but he is still charging that up. And yeah, because he has no defense, that's why he placed the probe there. Because once the the enemy comes in, so that's now. Once he sees that, he's going to try to put out some extra units, get out this research, and if this research is completed in time, he will actually be able to build units instantly. And yeah, he did see it. He knows that the research is not going to be done in time, and he's actually going to build another photon cannon. He has 2 sentries out now. And where's this guy going? He thinks that his opponent is in the other corner. Okay. Yeah, kinda strange. Running towards another base, but not actually sure where his opponent is. Yeah, so he missed the opportunity there, because I don't think that the 2 sentries and 1 cannon could have held that off. But by now, there are plenty of force fields, there are 2 cannons, and he has 2 warp gates out, and is building 5 gateways. That is just a huge amount, and we'll have to see how that works out. So some pylons, photon cannon, and he will probably need some more pylons, because he only has 7 here out. Well, with the one pylon coming up, it's actually enough, or it should be enough. But yeah, he's just building a whole bunch of these gateways and warp gates, just to make sure that he can warp in a whole bunch of stuff at the same time. And there you go, he will need it. And actually going for the Psy Storm. But is it going to be enough? Because the Marauder is going to be very, very tanky. And oh, these guys are still very low health, but they are still alive. And come on, Zealots! Zealots are going to do the work, and they should be able to clean it up. Yep. So nice cannon in the back here. That cannon really did what it was supposed to do, but yeah, the second wave coming in, and the second wave is not going to be stopped by a new cannon, because the cannon doesn't have time to come up, and he's going to have to group his entire army and hope that he can actually survive this. And there you go, getting some damage done, and most of these marines are damaged, but yeah, it's not going to matter too much, because they're just going to be healed up. And wow, look at those High Templar. He has 7 High Templar. That is that's a big amount. We don't normally see such a high amount of High Templar early in the game. And is he going to... No, he's not going to be able to snipe the dropships. Dropships can be sniped with feedback, because they have energy. That's why you need to keep that energy very low in order to not take too much damage. This one, for example, has 100 energy, which means that feedback will do 100 damage to it, and that makes it almost an instant snipe. The concussive shells have been upgraded, and that means that yeah, the slows are going down, and you can see it's very, very hard to escape then. And that of course goes for any unit that gets hit by a slow. But yeah, just a little bit of back and forth here, and are we going to see any major engages? Yes, he is going to engage now, the Protoss player. But yeah, just picking up all of the units, and since the Zealots cannot shoot air, so he's just safe to retreat. Going to fly everything back to his base, it seems. No, he's going in for the attack. He is going in for an aggressive move here, and is he going to make it? Because this is really aggressive, but yeah, if this fails, his own base is under attack, and as you can see, there's a huge amount of just Protoss stuff here, and zealots are very hard to kill. So he will have to do very well with these units, and if they can actually make it, that would be amazing. But he is doing quite a lot of damage to the economy, so I guess the Protoss player will have to do kind of a do or die push. Yeah, well, he didn't get to, he didn't make it. All of the zealots died eventually. Just too much stuff from the Terran player, and our Protoss player wins. So yeah, this fast expansion, although it was kind of an interesting strategy, did not seem to work out. It's yeah, he was just too far behind on army, and he got to make an army just in time, but he lost a whole bunch of stuff. So I guess that's the reason why he kind of never got to produce that army late game, because if you lose a lot early game, you're behind, and you're going to get further and further behind, because the less or the more you lose early on, so the more probes, for example, you lose, and we can see that it's about equal, the numbers of workers killed. But if you lose a lot of income early game, then you're going to be unable to produce army, which means you're going to be unable to defend your base, which means you're going to lose more probes, and so on. So yeah, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. GG.